My name is Deirdre Penny, and I speak for ME because we need to spread awareness. The illness is so dreadful, and the people who have it are forgotten. They're ignored very often. We need to have research. We need to have treatment. We need a clinic, particularly in Wales. Well, she was 11 and she had just got a scholarship to the local public school. And she was thrilled about all this, but unfortunately, about 5 or 6 weeks after she joined the school, she got glandular fever. And she was very ill for about 3 weeks, recovered, went back to school, played in a netball match, and collapsed. We had to bring her home, and she was in pain all over. We didn't know what was wrong with her. After a while, we were able to have the doctor, and they were absolutely baffled. Well, she made several attempts to try and go back to school. She was encouraged to go back to school, but each time she had to be brought home because she just couldn't cope. She was completely exhausted and she was in terrible pain. She had this sort of brain fog where she couldn't think straight. Well, we were confused for a long time, so was the doctor. Eventually, after months, we had a diagnosis from the paediatrician in Llandoch Hospital. He diagnosed ME, and we were relieved to know it was something. But unfortunately, there was no cure. And I couldn't understand why there was no understanding of this illness. Anyway, she had to rest. In the end, she had to come out from the school and she had to have home tutors. And this happened until she was about 12, when she did seem to get a bit better. So she went to the local comprehensive school for a while, and that was successful. All her grades were high. She was a bright girl. She belonged to the South Glamorgan Orchestra, where she played cello. She played piano as well, and she was a natural artist, but she was very bright. But the last 6 years have been the most difficult because she has been bedridden and not able to do much at all. Read, no, that's impossible because of the brain fog, but she has the symptoms much worse now, and she is hypersensitive to light, sound and touch, and so most of her life is spent isolated in a dark room. And she needs quiet because every sound is exaggerated, and even a conversation is too difficult for her most of the time at present. So her life is very miserable. People don't realize that it is an awful illness. Because my daughter sleeps during the day, her body clock is out. This is one of the other symptoms of ME. She's awake at night, so my busy time is evening. After we've had an evening meal, then I will prepare her breakfast. She won't actually wake up until about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Then she will have her breakfast, which I will have prepared and taken up for her. And then I will prepare her dinner, if you like, or her lunch, which she will have about 4 o'clock in the morning. So it's nighttime that is busy, if you like, evenings and nighttime. During the day, it's quiet because she's sleeping. Mm-hmm. Sometimes she needs help to go to the bathroom or help with something else. Mm-hmm. But very often I go to sleep in the early hours of the morning. They just need to be very, very quiet. Mm-hmm. And they need restful and they cannot be stressed. Mm-hmm. It's a very difficult thing to understand. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, the medical profession very often doesn't understand. Mm-hmm. Our doctors try very, very hard, but they don't have the support of proper research. Mm-hmm. And this is what we need. If there was more understanding, these people, a lot of them are isolated and unbelieved. So it is terribly difficult for people with ME. My friends and I run a support group for people with ME, and very often this is their only support. I feel very concerned for my own daughter because I'm getting older and I wonder what will happen to her if something happened to me. Who would look after her? Who would understand? I really don't know. In all the years that my daughter has been ill, since 1992, nothing has changed. Nothing has improved. We desperately need to spread awareness. Psychology is good in its place, but not as a treatment for ME. Nothing has changed, and it desperately needs to go forward. We desperately need this research and a sensible clinic, a suitable clinic for people with ME.